So hi guys, welcome to this amazing channel. So today our adventure takes us to some of the things you guys have been asking. Most of you know I'm actually a certified personal trainer, and I have been meeting questions after questions after questions. The ladies have their own particular questions. The men, okay, ladies always, the issues are pertaining fertility and all that. The men issues comes to do with, how do they increase their libido? Of course, I've never come across someone who is reducing libido. So anyway, I had to look for someone. Okay, I'm in this setup. You guys know that I do fitness, and in this setup, we have different things: assessment, wellness, how to eat, exercise, transformation. But now we have nutrition, which plays a major role in our discussion today. And with us today is one of the most known nutritionists. Your name is? Magdalene. So Magdalene, the reason why I brought you here, I have issues, and these issues, I cannot answer them alone.
Okay.
Yeah? And to start off, I have men on the comment section, mostly on my fitness video. They actually ask a lot about libido. Most of them have fertility issues, libido, low libido. They can't rise to the occasion and all that. What do you think the problem might be, and do we have a solution for that?
Yes. Hello, my viewers. Today we're going to be tackling all those issues. So when it comes to men and low libido, erectile dysfunctions, it all narrows down to lifestyle. What do you eat? And also, when you're eating your food, are you really concerned of the minerals and vitamins it has? For example, for a man, do you know the daily recommended allowance for the zinc that you're supposed to have, or you're supposed to take daily, or the kind of selenium you're supposed to take daily? So don't worry, today this video is all about that, and we are going to help you with that.
Did you say selenium?
Yes, selenium and
I've never had selenium. Zinc, of course, I've had.
Yes.
I've never had selenium.
Yeah.
So I'm also here to learn.
We're also here to learn.
Yes.
So so we have we have deficiencies of those minerals, and also we have some lifestyle habits. Like, for example, drinking. When you drink too much, for example, for men,
we have to specify drinking what?
Alcohol.
Oh, thank you.
When you drink of too much alcohol,
because I love milk, so when you tell me to drink a lot of milk, when you say drinking too much, I relate to milk.
Yes.
So you're talking about alcohol.
Alcohol. When you take too much alcohol, there's a way it also interferes with the absorption of some of these minerals and vitamins, and some of lifestyle issues like Mwakazi. There are a lot of men who are surviving on blue pills, like what do we call them? Viagras.
Mm-hmm.
So you find that this makes a man to perform under pressure that he wouldn't perform on normal circumstances. And in the long
without
run,
the pill, they don't perform.
They don't perform, and in the long run, it's gonna hurt their vessels and their vessels. It's going to destroy their blood vessels and also affect the way the blood is going to flow in their body. Another reasons, we have some of these young men, and we've had things like, I don't know, and they do things like so in the social media they call it kunyonga monkey,
Mm-hmm.
So you find, especially with
taking
the young
matters into their own hands.
Mm-hmm. So with all those issues combined, the boy child or the man, they are at a risk of having premature ejaculation, deficiency of all these minerals and vitamins, and some are predisposed to lifestyle issues like high blood pressure. Why would someone with high blood pressure be surviving on Viagras? This person is literally looking for serious health issues.
So you're saying someone with high blood pressure and Viagra, they don't go.
They don't go together, and in fact, Viagra is not advisable even in the first place. So what you're going to do
is it the reason we normally hear people have died in the guest houses?
Exactly, people die in the guest house. Ama, you have
then the blame is put on the lady.
Yes, Ama, you have a lady that is not matching your energy, so you have to find ways of upping your game, and you end up hurting yourself as a man. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some of the supplements that you can use just to boost your libido levels and to up your nutrition deficiencies. But there's more detailed diet that we're going to put a link where you're going to request for a detailed, balanced diet for someone who wants to boost zinc and selenium. So with me here, I'm going to introduce to you a very, do I say organic? A very natural product, by the way. This one, it's called Soap Palmetto. We have varieties, but today this is what we're going to be introducing. Why? Because it's very high on zinc. It's also very high on selenium, and it also boosts the libido levels. This one, it's very good for boosting the libido levels.
So are you telling us about Viagra?
No, this one is natural. You know, when you're doing something that is natural, even when you stop using it,
it doesn't have side effects.
There's no side effect. You can also take breaks, however you like it. Yeah.
So I think as you talk about palmetto, we have to demystify the usage of supplements. And most people think supplements are like medicine. And in my career, actually, I have people who I train. Some of them want to lose weight. Some of them want to gain muscles. And when the body cannot produce the right amount of, because when you're doing like bodybuilding, you need some right amount of proteins, carbohydrate, all that. Yeah. So sometimes we have deficiency of protein in our body.
Sure.
If the body requires some maybe 400 grams of refined protein, I can't get that. If I have to eat meat to attain that, I'll have to eat maybe 2 kilograms of meat. Because now when they are broken down until the final amino acids, for me to get the right amount, I have to consume a lot.
Sure.
So, and that's why supplements come into play.
Yeah. Sure.
So supplements, most of them are organic, and they just try to cut down the process of, instead of me eating a lot.
Yeah.
Like say creatine, the body produces like 5 grams of creatine, right?
Yeah.
And if I need to build muscles, I need extra creatine. For me to get extra creatine, I have to consume a lot of meat, which I can't in a day.
Yeah.
So now when you're talking about supplement, we have to demystify. This is organic.
Yeah, it's
organic. It supplements. Instead of telling you go look for these leaves, go look for these seeds.
Yeah.
So you're giving them an option that is combined.
Yes. And when we talk of supplements, as you've said, for example, one teaspoon of this, or even half a teaspoon of this, will give you.
Will give you
half teaspoon of this. Will give you at least 80% of the we call it RDA. Like it's the daily
recommended
allowance of the kind of zinc or the amount of zinc you need in a day. So this one, someone should take it for at least a minimum period of at least a month to 2 for the body to fully restock its reserves from zinc. Because you can imagine with every I don't have a better word to say it, with every ejaculation a man losing zinc. Yeah. So you can imagine this is something a man is losing every day. And to some extent you've seen some men, they are growing bald. You've seen them. Like
yeah. Does it have an effect of zinc loss?
Exactly. Yeah, it also affects them directly. There are also other reasons why someone will go bald, but for men specifically, deficiencies of zinc and selenium would highly contribute. Yeah. So, and something that is very important, someone would say, okay, I don't want to boost libido. My libido levels are okay. I eat enough of this. I eat enough of that. You need that so that you can prevent premature ejaculation. Prostate enlargement. Prostate enlargement occurs naturally with age. It's something that is almost inevitable. It's just like menopause for women. Yeah. So to prevent premature ejaculation, you need to up your diet with the right minerals, with the right vitamins, so that you, even if you to prevent prostate enlargement. And when you prevent prostate enlargement, you're definitely preventing prostate cancer. Because with an enlarged prostate, you are not going to evade prostate cancer. So even if you don't want to boost your libido levels, even if you don't have any erectile dysfunctions, you just want to have good prostate health. Like you just have good prostate health and ultimately prevent prostate cancer. Yeah, and for every man, I know
it's important.
It's very important. Yeah. So diet is very specific depending on the client. So I will not be able to put down the diet in this video, because diet is very detailed, because some people have lifestyle diseases. So a diet I would recommend for a normal person is not the same diet I would recommend for someone who is hypertensive or diabetic. So for those specifics, you might reach out to us. But the supplement cuts across. It cuts across for someone who wants to prevent, for someone who wants to
curate.
Yeah, and also it has medicinal properties for someone who wants to correct any illness in regards to prostate health. Yes.
Nice, amazing. Are we done with men?
Yeah, we're done with men. We're done with men.
Our issues are not many in this world, apart from looking for money.
Yes.
Our libido comes second.
Exactly, money and libido.
Of course,
they go
because you can have good libido and it will sort your monetary issues.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
So for the ladies, with issues to do with endometriosis, okay, you're a lady yourself.
Sure.
There's so many issues. I've had cases whereby people get miscarriages, and after every 3 months you try again, another miscarriage. In my capacity as a trainer, I can do so much.
Sure.
Only in relation to exercise. But now when it comes to diet, I don't want to talk about that, because that's not my profession. You understand? Yeah, and that's why you are here.
Yeah. So in regards to women, as long as you're a woman, the different hormones in a woman is going to dictate the seasons of a woman, and it's also going to dictate some of the challenges in terms of health a woman is going to go through. But of course, there are some contributing factors like lifestyle. People confuse having too much weight with being healthy. You can be overweight, but you're not healthy. Your body is full of fats. Your body is full of toxins. Your body is full of too much acidity, and that will generally affect your overall health. What I can just narrow down to 2 common issues that are affecting women in this age and time. We have things like cyst. If you talk to a group of 10 or 15 women, you'll find at least one with these issues. Cyst, fibroids, and painful periods. Yeah. So those have become so common that people think it's normal to experience some of these things. Yeah. So in regards to that, someone who has some of those issues, I would recommend a total change of diet. Especially cutting down foods that are highly processed foods, foods that make the body have too much mucus. You know, there are foods that make the body have too much mucus.
Really, I didn't know.
Yeah, there are foods that make the body have too much mucus. There are foods that make the body acidic. Yeah, and also there are foods that make the body have too much inflammation. Yeah, because inflammation can occur anywhere in the body. Yeah, so I can just recommend one product. This is not the whole deal. I'm just recommending one product. It's just one dimension, but we also have to check into matters of nutrition. And what I've come to realize, and also infections for women, and most of those women that are suffering from infections, they have acidity issues, H. pylori issues. Ladies, I want you to comment in the comment section. If there was any time that you had recurrent infections, what was happening within your gut? Were you experiencing bloating? Were you experiencing acidity issues? I want you to comment, because those things, they are either directly or they're somehow directly related. So this is just one dimensional. I didn't say this is all a woman would need, but I would highly recommend this, especially for someone with cysts, for someone with fibroids and painful periods. But this one is to be applied topically. So you just it's oil form. So you just apply either in your belly button or in your whole belly, and you just massage. You can have it in the morning and you can have it in the evening. This oil, it's castor oil. So what it does, it penetrates through your tissues and your skin, and it's going to start breaking tissues. It's going to start breaking labs. And then from there, we go to the second stage. You detox, and then you change your diet totally. Especially when you're just about to ovulate, what you eat is very, very important, because it's going to affect your estrogen hormones directly. Yeah, so you really need to check what you eat. And on that juncture, Mokazi, there's some ladies that tend to have a lot of craving around that time. So you find some of the cravings, it will lead some ladies to a condition or a state known as pica. It's called pica, P-I-C-A. This is a condition whereby women would crave for substances that are, they are edible, things like stones. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I see many women. Actually, they're even sold in the market.
Yeah, they're even sold in the markets. They're even sold in the
I thought maybe
the supermarkets.
Because they lack some iron in them or something.
Of course, they lack some minerals and some vitamins, things like iron. But at that stage when they are about to ovulate, if they would supplement some of these things, they would not need those kind of stones. It's a condition called pica. They will not need that, because at the end of that, even that pica condition has got side effects. Like yesterday, I was talking to a client lady, and she was talking of her friend who was in a certain hospital in the rural areas, and this lady was stuck in hospital because of a bill of around 200,000, because she had to go through an operation where they had to remove the appendix, because the appendix was full of stones. The appendix was full of stones. So they had to do an operation, and these are things people do silently, but it has an adverse effect. So when you're craving for such kind of things, stop and think for a while. What is my body missing? What can I do that is healthy nutritionally and safe for me to take to avoid all these kind of things? And some of those things, they end up tearing your colon. They end up tearing your colon because your enzymes cannot fully digest that. So it leads to so many other problems. Yeah, so that leads me to our third product that I would want, or our third topic that I really want to discuss to the general public. You see,
not cutting across men and women, right?
Cutting across men and women. Mokazi, I'll tell you, in this day and age, if you meet people and they'll be like, my doctor told me not to eat this. Because if I eat this, I get too much acidity. I can't eat beans. I can't eat kales. I can't eat some certain kinds of foods. And I'll be wondering, as a nutritionist, what are the kinds of food that are left for people to eat?
Exactly, because it's like everything else you're being told.
Yeah.
Oh, this one, bananas have potassium. I don't know what they'll do to you. When you take so much salt, has sodium chloride. I don't know what it does to you, to the hemoglobin. Reaction to that. So there's theoretically like a lot.
Yes.
The do's and the don'ts.
Yeah.
And if you check online, like we have a million things on YouTube. So we don't know what to have, what not to have.
Okay. So for me, I would not want someone to avoid certain kinds of food because of a certain kind of condition. The best thing to do, I think, would be to rectify that condition so that you can eat almost all kinds of food, but
in moderation.
In moderation.
Yes.
Yeah, food should be taken in moderation. But of course, I'm not talking about alcohol. Alcohol amount. For me as a nutritionist, I would tell you to cut it.
They say it helps in digestion.
It doesn't really help in digestion, because you find when you take too much alcohol and you have acidity issues, or maybe you have ulcers, it's going to corrode the mucosal lining in your gut. So if you're trying to recover from maybe H. pylori and certain those line of issues, it's going to be back and forth, because whatever it was supposed to protect you, you've corroded it away. So as I was saying, people have got issues with a lot of acidity, indigestion, bloating, and currently, Mokazi, you'll agree with me, people have issues with belly fat. Like you don't have an issue with the other parts of your body, you just
like
want
a belly protruding.
And you just want to just cut that belly fat.
And it's not in particular community. I saw some people commenting about some particular community saying they have some layers of fat tucked under high waist trousers. Okay, by the way, it's an issue, it's a common issue. And for the men, I've had women who approached me to exercise their men because the belly is even big, preventing
the process to go to.
And I always tell them nothing grows under the shade. So they need to remove this so at least something can grow under the shade.
Exactly.
Yes.
So and let me surprise you, Mokazi. You see some of these big baby fats people are walking around with. You'll find when you decide to do a good colon cleanse, you'll find up to 3 to around 10 kgs is just poop. It's just poop.
Waste.
Yeah. And this waste is where you find toxins are going to attach themselves to, parasites are going to attach themselves to that. We call it colon buildup. But once you get it out of your body, you're going to get it out as waste. So you find parasites attached to it, amoebas attached to it. Do you know that there's someone who treats amoeba after every 3 months? Amoeba. There's someone who treats H. pylori after every, I don't know how many months, 5 months. And those drugs are very expensive.
Very expensive.
They're very expensive. So the best thing would be to get to the bottom line of that. And you see, when you do the
root cause.
And when you do a lot of those H. pylori kids, most of them are antibiotics, right? So with too much antibiotics, you're going to compromise your gut bacteria, your healthy gut bacteria. So you find that's what leads to infections. That's what leads to infections, because you have compromised your normal or the healthy gut bacteria. So what do we do in this case? What can we do in this case? First of all, me as a nutritionist, once I put someone through whatever regime or whatever program is going to help them to reverse that disease, there are certain kind of foods that I would really advise the client to cut from their diet when they are going through the healing period. Yeah. Foods that are very high in mucus, things like milk. You find most people, they love taking meat.
And the way I love milk.
Milk. You see people like Chinese. I want you to like really find out why Chinese people don't do a lot of milk.
Why?
Because it has a lot of mucus. I had one client, she had just come from China and she was there for a few months. And then when she came back to Kenya, she started doing milk tea. You know, there they have matcha, purple teas, green teas. They just do these organic teas. So she was here and she had taken milk and she was like, oh, I'm feeling heavy, weight. Those few months I've taken milk, I feel like I am this and that. So I was saying there are people who like taking meat a lot. A lot. There's someone who would not go for more than 2 days. Even 2 days there's someone who would even take meat every day. Meat is not bad. But once you have compromised health issues, it's good to cut it down for a certain period of time. Until your body is able to heal itself. Because Makazi, tell me, meat takes up to 3 days
to get digested. Yes, and it has to roast. Mostly roasted meat.
Mostly roasted.
Which people love. Nyama choma joints are always full.
Exactly. Yeah. And they also have to put salt.
Yes.
We're later going to talk about salt. So you find this, the stomach has got compromised bacteria. Compromise the good bacteria in your gut. You're having a lot of colon buildup. Where the parasites and the amoebas are attached to. And then you're eating foods like meat that is taking 3 to 4 days without being digested. And before that meat is out,
you put another one.
You've already put another one. So you as a person, just try to picture that gut.
The
pile-ups. That's why I'm saying people are just walking around with big bellies and it's just
waste.
Yeah. So first of all, I'm gonna help you cut foods that are making your body to be too much acidic or have a lot of mucus, and foods that will contribute to a lot of colon buildup. Number 2, I'm gonna prescribe a product that is a colon cleanser that is gonna help you flush the colon. And here is a part that people don't like. People will be like, hey, anything that is going to make me diarrhea, please.
But you see, which is better? Me, I don't. You see, like when you're going for colon cleansing, and I don't know they're inserting what behind you.
They have to they have to insert those pipes, pump water. I don't know how many liters of water just to get that dirt out of your body, and it's very expensive.
Very expensive, I know. Very uncomfortable.
And very uncomfortable.
Nothing goes behind me. So, if I can have an alternative to
there's
cleanse,
an alternative that
and if diarrhea is, I can do it over the weekend when I'm home.
Yes.
Just buy the extra tissue papers and I'm sorted.
Exactly. Because that exercise will only cost you maybe take 2 or 3 hours of your time, and you'll have taken that poop out and you're going to be good like for the next 6 or 7 months. Yes, not unless you're really careless with your diet to have a repeat of that dose within a year. But if you can check your diet after that, then it will not be necessary for you to repeat that. Then after that, I will prescribe some probiotics. Like this is a product that has probiotics, and apart from probiotics, it has probiotics, and also it has let me say a combination of laxatives, things that will help your gut to heal better. Yeah, things that will help your gut to heal better. So I would highly recommend this. So with this
side effects.
No side effects.
So that will be the next question.
Yeah, this one has got no side effect. But the colon cleanser, because it's very organic with natural probiotic. But the first one, the colon cleanser, the side effect, you're going to diarrhea.
Properly. You diarrhea until tomorrow.
You diarrhea for no. You're going to diarrhea for like maybe 2 to 2 to 3 hours, but it's on and off, on and off, on and off. And it's not like continuous. It's on and off and on and off. So by the time you do that, you'll have lost like 3 kgs.
Instantly.
You'll have lost like 3 kgs instantly. And then your body's gonna feel so light. It's not uncomfortable. It's only that during the process, you'll just feel, okay, you're not feeling pain, but maybe discomfort just a little bit while the process is going on, but no pains after that. But make sure you take a lot of water, because that poop, of course, will
dehydrate you.
Yeah, it's going to dehydrate you. So with gut, that is what's going to happen, because most people don't even do chapatis. If they do chapatis, they are bloated. And they have a lot of gas. So we are going to take you through that process, even as you reintroduce food after you have done all this process. We're going to take you through the process of reintroducing your food after that process. Yes. And for women with infections, once you do that process, even your infections will be like 80% gone. Yeah, so they're going to be like 80% gone. Yes.
Yeah, so as we continue with this discussion, so guys, if you have any question for us, for me, of course, I'm just into fitness. She's a nutritionist. You've had like her explanations. It's not something I'm able to do. I'll explain things in relation to fitness, and she'll explain things in relation to nutrition. A doctor will explain things on their own capacity. So we need each other, the three of us. Yeah. So if you have any question, just come on the comment section down below and write down. So at least let me know if you, according to the questions you have, if we can bring Magdalene back here and we react to the question. Is that okay with you? Okay. Good. Let's go on. It's getting more interesting.
Yeah. So the final, or one of the major things I would love us to talk about that we cannot ignore. Mokazi, currently as we're speaking, there are so many cases of inflammations in the body. And you ask me, what is an inflammation? An inflammation is a condition whereby there's a certain disorder or malfunction of maybe a certain organ in the body, or pain or a disease of a certain part of the body. For example, some of the inflammatory diseases we have currently, we have things like high blood pressure, we have things like high or low blood sugar, we have things like arthritis, osteoporosis, osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. And you know what's funny? People think that these are common diseases, that you just take a painkiller
and it's gone,
and you can manage it for some time. People are really need that information to know, when I have this kind of condition, am I supposed to depend on drugs all my life? Yeah.
Is it sustainable? That's the question.
Yeah. It's not sustainable, because once you're on medication, me as a nutritionist, because we do a lot of clinics for patients already who are undergoing treatment, and it's not comfortable for the client having to take medications throughout their life. So me as a nutritionist, that's where I come in to help you adjust your lifestyle. Things you can find in your home, things you can find in your kitchen, things you can find in your market, and I'll help you do a very good diet plan depending on your condition. For example, if you are hypertensive, we are supposed to get your potassium right. Yeah, we're supposed to get your potassium right, because if you do too much sodium when you are hypertensive, it's going to affect your high blood pressure or your pressure levels. If you have too much, if you have very little potassium, it's gonna affect your blood pressure. It's gonna get so low. So in relation to that, one thing we are going to adjust is your diet. And number two, what we're gonna focus on is anti-inflammatory products that we can find locally. Yeah, because you find that this, for example, something like this, it's a combination of organic things. So when you take this,
What's the name of that?
It's just an anti-inflammatory product. It cuts across many kinds of inflammation. So once you take this, for example, it's going to give your blood a good consistency. Makasi, do you know there is a kind of blood consistency for a healthy person? For a healthy person, because some people, especially those who are hypertensive, their blood consistency changes. Sometimes it gets thick, like porridge. Yeah. So porridge is just an example. Once it gets thick, you find that that person would be feeling so sick, like they want to faint. And then at that point, if you check their pressure levels, it's gonna be so high. Yeah. So with this kind of product, it's very organic, it's very safe, no side effects. It's gonna help you to achieve a healthy blood consistency. That's number one. So it's gonna thin your blood naturally. So number two, it's gonna help you with antioxidants. So what's the work of antioxidants? Antioxidants help with the normal, they help your cells to function normally. Because for people who have cancer, for example, they need a lot of products they need a lot of products that have they need foods and they need foods that is very high in antioxidants, because that food is gonna even supply oxygen in the cells of their body. Because those people with cancer, as you can see, even their skin gets black, to show even that the oxygen supply is not evenly distributed in the body, So when you're getting things or foods that are high in antioxidant, they're going to supply you with good oxygen and revive the good functioning of the cells in your body. Number three, when you're taking such kind of thing, it helps with the proper functioning of your body organs. Things like you enhance their functioning, because the kidneys, the liver, the pancreas, because even those people who are diabetic, their pancreas is somewhat not producing good insulin to control the glucose in the bloodstream. So when you do such a product, it helps to revive the cells in your pancreas, the cells in your kidney. That's why I'm saying people should not drink alcohol, because when you drink too much alcohol, it affects your kidney. And most people are suffering from liver cirrhosis, where the liver gets damaged in stages. Some people, you might find that it's in the very minimal stages, so they are not able to really understand their body. But what's really happening is that their body is going through a breakdown that they cannot explain now, but in the future it's going to be like total havoc in their body. So this one, anti-inflammatory product, it cuts across. And then there's also inflammation of the bones. But in that juncture, we have three categories of inflammation of the bones. We have osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is the sinking of the bones, whereby the minerals and the vitamins in the bone, they are not sufficient. So the bone gets brittle and
it loses density
and it starts to sink. Sometimes it happens more to women. Do you know why, Mwakazi?
Why?
Women, especially in the childbearing stage, if, for example, like right now, let's say a woman is pregnant, the woman would need to take a healthy or a balanced diet so that the baby forming can have enough. So assuming this is a XYZ generation mom, they're just eating fries, they're just eating what's going to happen? Pizzas. What's going to happen to the baby?
A lot of deficiency, because the baby depends on the mom.
Because the baby depends on the mom. Nutrients. So what's going to happen? The baby is going to draw nutrients from the mother. and then the mother will be left deficient. So that's why you see some of them after delivery, they are having a lot of back pains. Some of them, even their hair falls off, especially when they are breastfeeding, their hair falls off. That just shows you that you did not stock enough when you were pregnant, or when you were just about to be pregnant. And then, so that is one type, osteoporosis. And then there's osteoarthritis. There's osteoarthritis. And then there's also rheumatoid arthritis. Rheumatoid arthritis is a type of arthritis whereby the body attacks itself. The body cells attacks itself. So you find that when I'm making this product, I will also consider something that will help to deal with autoimmune conditions. Even some types of, sometimes things like high blood pressure or high blood sugar. Sometimes it's lifestyle, and sometimes it's out of an autoimmune response, where the body tends to like fight against its own cells. So this one is captured in this product. So, but again, all our services are tailor-made. We advise you accordingly depending on your conditions, because sometimes, Mwakazi, you find that some people have got so many underlying issues. Like a client will come to you, they are hypertensive, they are diabetic, and they also have arthritis. So you see, the kind of advice you give is
different from
it's different. Yeah, it's different from another person. So that's why we say our nutrition or nutrition therapy services, they are tailor-made depending on the client.
So one has to get consultation first.
Yeah, they need
to get to know where they are.
Yes.
And how to start on the journey.
And also even depending on the issue, even someone could be having almost the same thing, but because of so many underlying issues, sometimes the situations will present themselves differently. For example, let me surprise you, Mwakazi. The kind of patients I've handled, you find that someone would come with a problem with arthritis, for example, or back pain or joint pain, but 80% of them, they have acidity issues. 80% of them, they have acidity issues. So we have to take it stage by stage, so that we can really give the client what they need. So this one is an anti-inflammatory product, as I have. Yeah. So on that juncture of inflammation, the people that maybe someone has not had inflammation for a long time, because you find that some clients, maybe you can find someone has had inflammation for several years, some people even several months. So if it's an inflammation that is just like it's not like stayed in the system like for a long time, you can use this massage oil. Maybe you're feeling like some kind of numbness, or maybe you feel like the blood is not flowing well. You can combine this together with the inflammatory. That
one is just applied on the body.
This one is just applied on the body. You don't need a lot of recommendations to use this. This one you can just keep it in the house, just the way you keep something like they are called what? It's camaro. Yes, you can just. But now this one penetrates your scalp, not scalp, your skin and your muscles. Yes.
Okay.
One last thing I would want to talk about, Mwakazi. You know what is contributing to these lifestyle issues we have nowadays is the food that we eat every single day. Like, can I ask maybe our viewer, do you eat food with salt every single day? Most probably the answer is yes.
Yes. And some even add a lot.
Some even add at the table. Something like sugar. Okay. Do you take sugar every day? Okay, this might not apply to everyone, but most people, they're gonna have their tea with sugar, nicely done, every single day.
And some have 2 cups in the morning.
Yes, 2 cups in the
break
morning.
Time.
another
4
one in the
p.m.
office,
and in the evening.
another one before they sleep. So even if you just
And
do
each cup maybe with 2 spoons of
maybe
sugar.
with 2 teaspoons of sugar. So can you do that math? Fanya your math quickly. So that's 2 teaspoons of sugar plus the number of cups you've had throughout the day. Okay, let's continue even further. You find some people have like their breakfast is not complete without wheat. So what they call breakfast is actually wheat. And me as a nutritionist, I'm asking people, who said wheat is breakfast? Who said wheat is breakfast?
I think traditional is what we are used to, like tea and bread.
Yeah, tea and bread, tea and mandazi, tea and chapati. And then when I'm like talking to my clients, I'm like, you're gonna have some vegetables and some lentils and this for breakfast. And then they'll be like, how can I have that for breakfast? So they're used to bread, and some of them people also apply things on bread, things like
jam, Blue Band, Prestige,
things like that.
I like peanut butter.
Peanut butter. With that, I would not want to get into brands, but if you asked me as a nutritionist, some of those things we even apply on the bread, or we taking, plus all the other things that I have mentioned. You do that mathematics, and the end result is equals to lifestyle diseases. So when you come to me as a nutritionist, one is to analyze your diet, what you eat from morning to evening, depending on your problem, so that we can single out where your problem is actually coming from. Because there was another client I was interacting with, and there's one particular brand that I'm not going to mention. This particular person, we were just having a conversation, and they were like, you see this product people apply on bread, na. If you just add one enzyme, one like this, it becomes plastic. And this is what you give your children. That's why children, they are ever having allergies. Children are always having coughs. Children are always on low immunity. And you're asking yourself why. It's these food choices that we do every single day. So I'll just talk about salt, because that is what I have here. So here I have Himalayan salt. I know you guys know about this, but the question is, how many use it? I know you know about it, but how many use it? And if you're using it, are you using it correctly? Yeah. So with this Himalayan salt, Himalayan salt. Some people call it pink salt. So with this Himalayan salt, you can use it to cook. And why I really recommend this, it has balanced sodium, potassium, and magnesium. I said balanced, because when you do the other salt that is cheaper, available, it has sodium chloride, and it's not very safe for your joint health, and also for people with high blood pressure. I'm sure when you go to the doctor tells you, can you keep off salt? Yeah. But this one, because of the balanced minerals, you just take it like the normal salt. But of course, you will mind the quantity that you use. You're going to mind that the quantity that you use. So the reason why people who are hypertensive, this salt is normally recommended to them, because it has potassium, wakazi. For someone who is hypertensive, if they don't balance potassium, sodium levels, there's going to be a problem, and not a small problem, a big problem. So this salt we recommend. And also there are people, Mwakazi, I know nutritionists and people who do healthy blogs, they be like, take water, enough water during the day.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, stay hydrated. But how sure are you that the water that you take every day goes to the proper use, or is fully utilized in the cells?
Plus, even the water itself. Currently, we have a lot of brands who sell water, and I've been doing my research as well, and there is one component in the water that throws everything off balance. We call it TDS, total dissolved solids. And if most of us buy water and we don't look at that, total dissolved solids, these are the solids in that water. It's not purified like 100% to like zero impurities and all that. So most companies don't declare. I'll not mention brand as well, but we have a particular company that cannot declare the total dissolved solids in their water.
Wow. Yeah. So all this narrows down to lifestyle and things people do or mingle with every single day. So with water as well. So with water as well, you'll find that some people have got issues with edema, for example. Someone takes water and it's not fully absorbed in the cells. Some of it goes into the extremities of the body. So that's why you find some people with swollen legs. Some people, as soon as they take that water, they go to the washroom like immediately or shortly after that. That also would be an indication that you also need a balance of electrolytes in your body. But in cases whereby someone would find that they have edema or they empty or they go to a short call as soon as they take water, or there's one that is normal, but there's another one that is kind of abnormal. Yeah. So when you reach out to us, once you buy the salt, we are going to tell you how you can use it, especially if you're having water go to your extremities. And edema, once you press the feet like this, it goes in a, what do we say?
When you press, it remains sunken.
It remains sunken. It doesn't go up immediately. So that is one way to know that you have edema. Some people would have swelling of legs because of other reasons, but edema is specifically characterized by that. And lastly, our ladies, there are ladies who want to balance their hormones. They want to balance their hormones. This would be good. We have varieties, but this is just one of them. So this one can really help you balance your hormones very well. And of course, when you reach out to us, we are going to advise you accordingly. So I've been with you. My name is Magdalene, your favorite nutritionist.
And of course, we are going to leave your details and your contacts on the description box. So at least anybody who wants to reach you can reach you. So guys, any question that you have, just write on the comment section. Then we can discuss maybe in future videos. And for consultation, for any query, or if you need the product she was talking about, just reach out. I'll leave the number running on the screen. I'll leave it on the description box. I'll also leave it pinned on the comment section so that you guys can actually reach out to her and get to know more, because this is rich. This is your life. Yeah, everything else is outside your life. But what you're talking about is for you and for your own life and your own families. Yeah. So guys, write on the comment section any questions you have, then we'll talk about it again. Yeah. Closing remark.
Your health is your wealth.
Is your wealth, yes.
Yeah. If you don't take food